masses near the Kremlin vibrate in search of a way out of the defeatist impasse, Biden is signaling after the meeting with Macron, "I am ready to talk with Putin, but only after consultations with NATO allies. I have no plans to communicate with Mr. Putin in the near future. I'm not going to do it myself. There is one way to end this war: Putin's withdrawal from Ukraine. What he does is disgusting. If he's looking for a way to end the war, he didn't. In the meantime, I consider it absolutely important what Emmanuel said: we must support the Ukrainian people. The idea that Putin will ever defeat Ukraine is unfathomable." End of quote. It can't be more transparent. You leave Ukraine, and it, together with the collective West, sits down with you at the negotiating table. And already there we are jointly solving the issues of reparations in favor of Ukraine. And the measure of responsibility for all your militaristic exploits will be determined by a special tribunal, which will soon be created under the auspices of the UN. This organization is so useless, from your point of view, that it is time for it to begin to benefit. And a signal was also sent to the Kremlin and its kitchen clown Prigozhin: there is no need to talk to us from the position of a lawless criminal. A few days after the transfer to the European Parliament of the PMC sledgehammer as a death threat, on November 28, an unidentified aircraft bombed the Wagner PMC base in the Central African Republic. Arrived, threw bombs and flew away. After that, the United States declared its readiness to consider the issue of recognizing this military company as a terrorist organization. Another hint to the boys: try to wave a nuclear sledgehammer, wizards will fly in and crush your teeth, and they will smear your liver on the asphalt, everything you like. So the upper layers vibrate, suspecting each other of latent betrayal and envying those lucky ones who managed to jump off. It's good when you were a billionaire, you bought a decent passport, gave up chicken and stink quietly in Switzerland. And if you are some kind of Shuvalov, or even worse, patented Medvedev, what should you do? So you have to growl nuclearly from the cradle, sucking on alcohol, while the dryness of the diapers allows. Within 3 months, the 6th fighter aircraft falls in Russia. Everything is stolen, and so much so that soon suicide pilots without wings will try to take off. And now PR people are already clearing the name Navalny in the snow. It's time to take the bald man into the shade and release Mandela along with his opposition cohort, Yashin, Roizman, Kara-Murza. And it's time for Volkov and his Shabla to return, just in time for dinner, and they will be in time. The Dosh TV channel, together with Venediktov's Live Nail, will give a good picture. Muratov will spit, Dud will blow, and it will be possible to safely sculpt a team of negotiators with Zelensky, since Ponomarev and his deputies did not like it. You can, of course, shake it up, but do not mix it, in order to avoid Nazi belching. The main thing is to save the empire as such, not allowing the deceased to drown. She is still capable of stinking for a couple of generations, so it's a sin not to dip her beak in her rotting carcass. All that the collective West needs to do is to inflict a crushing defeat on the Rashist system, like a planetary gulag, which not only spreads like a red-brown slurry across the planet, but pulsates in the brains of entire generations. Inflict a military ideological defeat, wipe into dust both the imperial power and the imperial opposition, tear off both heads of the chicken. Yes, you will have to deal with a couple of thousand families of high-ranking and shadow figures in the system. Yes, we will have to pull out the Lubyanka Special Archive and expose the army of opposition werewolves, all these handsome men who shine today with media faces, directing and focusing public attention both inside and outside the cave. An animal fear of defeat unites systemic Rashists today. It does not matter whether they are for Putin or against. All this imperial mass has long reached a consistency and came to a common denominator. The system is primary, the Tusovka is secondary. You can change the portrait or circle of business communication, but not the system. The deck is being shuffled on the sidelines. Kudrin or Navalny? Not Prilepin. After all, what if Prigozhin sledgehammers everyone, and they tremble with an eye on the still living portrait? What if he sees all this, and after the Kremlin, they squeal furiously, "We don't recognize your damn tribunal." The ghost of general mobilization roams the cave in an embrace with the unknown. No one knows when the war will end, but everyone suspects how it will end. And these suspicions increase fear to the point of hysteria. Nobody wanted to die, neither the deep dweller, nor the elite, but Putin will make them do it, because he has the last word. The bald dwarf looked tired, pressed the button, and there was no one.